Hello. Yesterday I did a small story about President Erdogan in Turkey visiting Albania, and he was praising the work of a company called Tika, which has built 522 houses at a cost of 42 million euros to make up for a shortfall in accommodation after a very nasty earthquake in 2019, which killed 51 people and left 17,000 people homeless. And I'm a little bit sorry that Britain hasn't done slightly more to help here. Now, what's interesting about these houses is that they're in an area called Lach, which is not far away from the capital city, Tirana, but it's very much an area in Albania which is Catholic. It's not particularly Muslim, it's Catholic. And I think this is significant because it demonstrates that this is thoroughly altruistic support. There is no agenda here other than helping a country in need. And at the same time, President Erdogan is also helping the Muslim community in Albania by restoring some of the most beautiful Ottoman mosques in existence in the Balkans and in fact in the entire, in what was formerly the Ottoman world. So he has promoted the restoration of the Ethan Bey Mosque, which is just off Skanderbeg Square, in the center of Tirana, but there's also the Namazgah Jami, which it's hoped will be restored by Ramadan. So he describes the Ethan Bey Mosque, particularly, which I know well, which has got these wonderful paintings inside. He describes it as a diamond. I always thought of it as a jewel of Ottoman architecture, a diamond of Ottoman architecture. Wonderful. He's also put in place 7 agreements in terms of trade and investment, which he describes as a strategic partnership. And this goes with one or two of his initiatives to get rid of some bad influences, to get rid of the Gulenists in Albania, the FETA organization, which he says was behind the 2016 coup, that, as we know, left 251 people dead and over 21,000 people wounded. Now, there's a number of schools that were set up in Albania and that were ruled and that were controlled, founded by the FETA organization. And President Erdogan is encouraging that to change. Whether it will or not, I don't know. But I applaud the decisive collaboration across regions. Edi Rama, the Prime Minister, the very colourful Prime Minister of Albania, he's the person who painted all the houses along the riverbank in sort of bright colours, very much like sort of dazzle camouflage that we saw during the First World War, but much brighter colours, much nicer colours. Edi Rama agreed that Turkey's place in the Balkans was constructive for peace. Turkey, says Edi Rama, is an invaluable valve for European security. Without Turkey, Europe would not be in the situation it is now, but it would be in a worse situation. This revives, really, the old idea of Turkey at the edge of Europe. It's something that we used to have as a principle in British foreign policy, particularly during the 19th century. And we have good reason to be to try and keep and maintain good relations with Turkey. In 2017, Theresa May oversaw a trade agreement which about aircraft, military aircraft for Turkey, and in 2021 there were plans to develop an aircraft carrier together. But I think we must go further because our future beyond Europe lies in the Balkans and that area that buttresses the Balkans. Turkey is part of our future, I think. We already are the second biggest importer of goods from Turkey after Germany. And that means Turkey exports, I think, 8% of the goods it makes to the UK. Most of our washing machines, after all, come from Turkey. And we've already signed a trade agreement in, I think, 2020, in December, the end of December 2020, after Brexit. We signed a trade agreement with Turkey. So we should be applauding this development, and we should be. This should be a story on our front pages, and it's not. I find it extraordinary. I find this omission quite extraordinary because it sets forward some a very clear development of thought, and we need to be aware of what is happening in the Balkans and beyond, particularly now.